If you ever hear sounds coming from your neighbor's house that don't match what you see, don't investigate. I wish someone had warned me, because what I found beneath that house still haunts me, and I have no idea if anyone else made it out alive. After my divorce, I needed a reset. I took a job in a new city and rented a modest house in a peaceful neighborhood just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Quiet streets, friendly smiles, the kind of place where nothing bad is supposed to happen. My next-door neighbor was a man named Marcus, mid-40s, always wore crisp button-ups and beige slacks. Polite, but stiff, almost like he was pretending to be normal. The first time I introduced myself, I asked what he did for work. He replied with a flat, almost rehearsed tone. Business consulting. His house was massive, way too big for one person, and every window was always closed, curtains drawn tight. You'd think he was hiding state secrets. A few nights after moving in, I heard music coming from his place. Laughter, clinking glasses, sounded like a lively get-together. I peeked through the blinds and saw colored lights flickering behind his curtains. But oddly, I never saw a single person walk in. No guests, no parked cars, just music and voices floating through the night air. The party noise continued off and on for about a week. Then, one morning while jogging past his house, I noticed something strange. Just behind the porch, near the hedges, there was a small pile of shoes, men's dress shoes, women's heels, even a few muddy boots. All looked worn. Some looked really old. I almost convinced myself it was nothing. Until I noticed what looked like a dried reddish-brown stain on one of the boots. Later that week, I was outside trimming my bushes when I heard a deep, mechanical sound from Marcus's property. A low, grinding noise coming from beneath the house. It didn't sound like plumbing or AC. It sounded industrial. Then I noticed something even stranger, a thin trickle of dark liquid seeping out from the edge of his foundation, pooling into the grass. It looked like oil, but smelled faintly metallic, like blood. The next day, I decided to check his place out while he was at work. Curiosity overpowered my better judgment. I walked up to the front porch and pretended to knock. No answer, of course. The porch light was on, in the middle of the day, and it buzzed faintly, as if it had a short. Just as I was about to leave, I noticed a small, nearly invisible door around the side of the house, tucked behind some overgrown vines. A storm cellar, maybe. I waited until dusk, came back with a flashlight, and pried it open. A steep set of wooden stairs led down into complete darkness. The moment I stepped in, I was hit with a wave of heat and a chemical smell that made my eyes sting. I heard machines humming, not like a furnace, more like heavy-duty equipment running somewhere below. Then, voices, not live, recordings. I recognized one from the party sounds I'd heard earlier, someone laughing on loop. Another voice whispered, "Help me, please help me." Suddenly, I heard shuffling behind a wall. Then, heavy footsteps. I turned off my light and froze. Through a sliver in the wallboards, I saw two old men in surgeon's gowns and rubber gloves. They were dragging something wrapped in plastic across the floor. I backed up, heart pounding. I tried not to scream. I was almost out when the floorboards creaked. The footsteps stopped. One of the men whispered, "Did you hear that?" I bolted out of the basement and didn't stop running until I got home. Locked every door. Didn't sleep a second. The next morning, the entire neighborhood looked the same. Clean, calm, normal. I watched Marcus leave for work. Same neutral expression on his face. Same beige slacks. But now, every time I pass his house, I feel those eyes behind the curtains. And sometimes, late at night, I still hear that laughter. Only now, it stops the second I look out the window.